Hello viewers, you're welcome to Daybreak Africa on television Nigeria, and we are broadcasting beyond boundaries. Daybreak Africa is a news and current affairs magazine program that takes a look at topical issues ranging from politics, economy, business, international relations, sports, entertainment, and even fashion, among many more. But today, we are taking a look at interrogating developmental agenda of aspirants. We are going to be interrogating the developmental agenda of our 18 political candidates, not aspirants, beg your pardon. And to do justice to that is a highly cerebral gentleman in the studios who has enviable political pedigree. You don't like to miss this conversation. My name is Macaulay Unahashi. Once again, I say welcome. Let me tell you that I'm not alone in the studio. With me is my co-presenter. I call her Adorable. Beauty, how are you today?
I'm fine, Mr. Mark. Hi, good morning, viewers. I am Beauty Akbarido. I welcome you to the program today, and it promises to be exciting, impactful, and educating. Please
wait for that moment. Like Beauty said, it promises to be entertaining and educating and also exciting and quite revealing too. But before I introduce our guest to our viewers, Beauty, let me ask you, how has been your weekend? Today is Monday.
Yeah.
Was it loaded with any kind of activity?
A lot of activities, quite interesting. It was a very busy weekend.
For you?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, yesterday it was crowned up with I emceed an event.
Really good.
It went well.
Like on this note, we was just speaking, introducing our guest today in the studio. We no other person than Dr. Bradford Omobia John. He's a political activist. Dr. John is a man of enviable pedigree who has seen it all, has been through the crucible and in the political trenches. He has been one time this and one time that. He has been a force in so many political arenas, ranging from being an aspirant to a presidential candidate. He has been a foundation member of the political parties and even floated his own political party, which has been registered by the Independent Electoral Commission, and it has metamorphosed into an NGO. You are going to hear it firsthand from the horse's mouth. Dr. Bradford Omobia John, you are welcome to Daybreak Africa.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. One thing that struck me when I was introduced to you, let's see your name. You know, in Nigeria, we have this belief that names define who we are, and they contribute in our growth and what we become in society. Bradford, how did you come around that name?
Yeah, the name is by inspiration.
Okay.
You know, it's not just a name. My family name is Onwuboya.
Yes.
My name is John Abraham, but the name Bradford came by inspiration.
Okay.
By inspiration from my parents. I said, this child, you got a Bradford in life, and I gave it the name Bradford.
Okay.
The symbol of breaking forth.
Yeah, symbol of breaking forth.
Breaking forth, breaking through into difficult terrains.
And with you're talking about terrain, with your political pedigree, it seems you have broken forth. Would you say so? You are still breaking forth.
I'm still breaking forth. I'm not yet there until I become Nigerian president.
Okay, until you become Nigerian president.
Yes.
Okay, now you've been. Tell us a bit about your political journey. You know, because I understand. I've perused your resume, and I've discovered it's quite impressive. Take us through it.
Yeah, I was in the early 90s, the days of SDP. I was my local government, youth leader.
Which state is that?
That was Delta State.
Delta State, okay.
Yeah, so I've been there. I've been in the university youth activism, my university. Even as a student in secondary school, I've been an activist, and then later we in early 90s, in late 90s rather, 1998.
Okay.
After we lost the election in 1993, whereby the military annulled the 1993 election.
Yes.
So we joined NADECO.
Okay, that was the election that judged to be the fairest
and fairest election.
That was won by MKO.
Yes, exactly. So they were going to protest. We were part of NADECO, and so I was part of the SDP as a young man in those days, as a youthful young man.
Okay.
And most of us left the country.
Okay.
Because of agitation, I was wanted by the military. So we left the country. I went through Lagos to the Republic.
You ended up where?
I went to Burkina Faso.
Okay.
And I flew to France.
Interesting.
From France to Brussels.
Wait for your life.
Wow.
Listen, we're after you.
To Netherlands.
Okay.
So when the military were about to return democracy to Nigeria in 1998,
yes,
99, so most of us decided to come down for the formation of the PDP.
Yes.
So we are part of the formation of PDP. I started with the Nigerian diaspora in 2020.
Okay.
June 2020. I came back to Nigeria fully.
Okay.
I was part of Nigerian diaspora that promotes the formation of PDP.
PDP. Okay.
And all that. So 2020, when we assured democracy, I returned to Nigeria.
Yeah.
So when I came back in June 2020, I returned back to Nigeria. I've been in Nigeria since then. We're part of PDP, and along the line in 2004, we saw what would happen in PDP, and we said, okay, we are part of Atiku Group.
Okay.
Then we are Atiku Group. So we decided to form another party. So the Atiku wanted to be a president of Nigeria, and in fact, as far as Apochura is there, former president was there.
Yes.
We saw the AD in 2004, the AD group led by Ashwaju. Then we from SDP led by Chief Alex Aniolo.
Okay, Alex Aniolo.
Who was the national secretary of SDP when King Gibe was the national chairman.
National chairman, yes, I remember that.
So we are out of then we all came. Then the PDM group, that Atiku group led by Alhaji Akata, the late Akata, who was the
from Kaduna State.
Of Kaduna State.
Kaduna State, the then Kaduna State.
The then Kaduna State. So we come together and form, in 2005, we form what we call Advanced Congress of Democrats, a new political party.
ACD.
ACD was registered. The ambassador was calling the party ACID.
Yes.
So the ambassador Atiku was to run as president under ACD for 2007, the election. Then because of the internal crisis in the party, because Tinubu wanted Bishop Kenneth to be the chairman of ACD.
Yes.
Then the founding chairman, Chief Alex Aniolo, said, no, I'm the founding chairman of the party. I can't just be freezing out of the party. So there was the misunderstanding, and Tinubu said, look, you are from Enugu, the same region with Ben Obi, who was to be the vice presidential candidate to Atiku from Northeast. So you can't have the same people as vice presidential candidate, as a candidate at the same time, national chairman. For this, they need to balance it. So Southwest should put in national chairman. Okay. So due to that argument, we left ACD, the new party, in 2005, and formed another party called AC, Action Congress.
Okay, Action Congress. Yes.
AC, Action Congress.
Yes.
The first time I saw Broom,
yes,
we formed the party in 2006. So 2007, we ran for election. In 2007, where Atiku ran for president in 2007. Ben Obi was his vice president.
Yes.
Then because of that movement, Ben Obi ran as vice president.
Yes.
Then Atiku as president. Then Bishop Kenneth was brought in as the national chairman of Action Congress.
Okay.
In 2006, 2007. After the election, 2010 we went for a convention where Bishop Kenneth was elected as national chairman, and Boss Mustafa was brought in as
the president, secretary to the government of the
government of the federation. Was brought in as the deputy national chairman, the whole North.
Okay.
For the whole country, deputy national chairman, the whole country.
The whole country, okay.
But for North, South, chairman, North, deputy chairman. And that was our bit. Along the line, because most of us were saline in a new party of AC, Action Congress.
Yeah.
Who later became ACN. In 2010 convention. Then we went back to ACD, the old party.
The old party, yeah.
So I became the National Publicity Secretary.
Okay.
But then I ran for election in 2011.
What office was that?
For Federal House of Rep.
Okay.
Under ACD 2011. Then 2015 I ran for governor under ACD 2015. You know, because ACD was still in existence in 2015.
Yes.
I ran for governor of my state and I contact with the president, vice presidential candidate of PDP, Okowa. And it was a very tough one. I hope Okowa hearing me because he had to almost plead me to step down for him.
Okay.
And we supported, they won the election in 2015 and I congratulated him and he was so happy that we supported him. It's my kinsman from the same Delta North. We have seen ourselves fighting each other. So that was one part of my political journey.
Okay.
Then 2016, 17, I saw the injustice in the system.
Okay.
So we need a party to address injustice, address freedom. We need freedom, we need justice. In 2007, I formed another party called Freedom and Justice Party.
Okay, yeah,
Interesting. Thank you so much, Dr. Brickford.
So where I ran for presidency in 2009, I ran for presidency under FJP, Freedom and Justice Party.
Wow.
Okay.
After 2009.
So what happened? You floated a political party?
Yes, in 2007.
But I understand it's registered by.
Yeah, because after 2009, because a new party, we ran for. I had candidates for senatorial candidate, governorship candidate.
They didn't win.
And we didn't win the election.
Okay.
Because we did our best, because of the lack of
awareness.
Not awareness, because of the country, the political system. They don't give room for growth. You know, political parties are not just to win election. They are catalysts for national development, not just to win election.
Okay.
If you look at advanced democracies, they have more than 200 political parties. But like in America, you hear they have over 200 political parties. You hear only two parties, the Republican and Democrat. But they have other political parties and plus independent candidates. All this is a catalyst for national development. So, but Nigeria system, you must win a seat, House of Rep, or before you can retire apart, and within 2 years.
And that was the reason for the registration. Now I understand that Beauty, he told me behind the scene before we came on set that that party that was registered by INEC metamorphosed into an NGO called the New Dream for Grassroots Development. And coincidentally, our conversation today is on interrogation of developmental agenda of candidates. So, what informed? Is that a coincidence? No, I think it's a coincidence.
Is that a coincidence?
Yes,
What informed the decision to, metamorphose? I mean, to transmute from being a partisan political party to an NGO.
Yeah, you see, well, we found out that my experience so far in the political journey have shown me that there's a serious disconnect between the grassroots and the political class.
Okay.
You can see that in the last general election in 2019, whereby about 68 million Nigerians were registered as voters. And less than 28 million participated in the electoral process as voted in the last general election 2019. You can see over 64% did not vote. That's a huge gap of voter apathy. So people do not believe in the process. It's our vote does not count. INEC rigged election. INEC is appendix of ruling party. INEC. So there was a serious disbelief and lack of confidence in the electoral process. Thereby the grassroots, those who even register as voters, they don't collect their voter card. Those who have voter card, they don't come out to vote. So that gives a lot of room for the political elites to manipulate the system. Imagine becoming the president of Nigeria with 50 million votes. We have about 200 million Nigerians.
Exactly, that's the question.
How can 50 million
decide who
become Nigeria president?
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. So we can see that. So this is a fundamental problem. So we have to go back to the grassroots to carry out what we call grassroots mobilization, voter education, and centralization of the people. Look, we have vote, but before we did that, what we did was looking at the electoral process. We need to bring integrity to the process. We need to bring people who say, look, our vote does not count. INEC rigged the election. How do we now educate the people to believe that there's a new innovation, there's an improvement in the electoral process. So we advocated for the introduction of electronic transmission of votes.
Okay.
As beavers.
Beavers.
So since we cannot have full-blown electronic voting, we need to have electronic transmission of results and beavers. So and we push for it. Many civil organizations, civil society organizations, community organizations, federal organizations, and many of the registered political parties, we came together and formed a bloc. It's a coalition of registered political parties, civil society organizations, federal organizations, community-based organizations, over 138 groups came together to form the new dream for grassroots development.
How widespread are you?
We are in the 8,813 wards.
Oh, really?
We're everywhere.
Interesting.
Every local government, every ward, everywhere. So we're able to carry out word-to-word voter education. We established what we call WWVF.
Okay.
Word-to-word Voters Forum.
Okay. WWVF.
Thank you, Dr. Brickford. In that light, I would want you to tell us maybe when exactly was this your organization floated, and what are your achievements so far?
In addition to the beavers?
Yes, in addition to the
beavers. We have been existing for the past after the election 2019. We came together. After part of the registered in 2020, we started working, but we got the registration from CAC early this year. We have been operating. For you to have open an account, for you to operate globally and access funds, we have to get it registered with CAC. But we are operating as a group, as a pressure group, as an interest group, coming together until we then get it registered with CAC early this year.
Okay.
But for the past 3 years, we are operating, we are mobilized across nook and corner of this country. As I'm talking to you now, we have 18 million subscribers that want a new Nigeria. But what we did, this organization called New Dream for Grassroots Development has 5 projects.
Okay.
One of the projects is called New Nigeria Dream. New Nigeria Dream. The New Nigeria Dream, NNDI, is a political angle of that project. That did a lot of word-to-word voter education, organization, and we asked Nigerians, we want a new Nigeria of our dream. So many of our people subscribed to want to have a new Nigeria. If you check our website, www.newnigeriadream.
I think that's quite encouraging.
It is.
.com. So many people want a new Nigeria of our dream, want a new Nigeria. So many people are subscribing. But in the last 2.5 years, we were able to mobilize Nigerians, and in the last CVR, continuous voter registration that happened this year, we were able to mobilize almost 3 million, about 2.9 million young Nigerians, youth, women. We mobilize them to register as voters.
Okay.
And that by strengthening democratic process, bridging the gap of voter party. Now people become interested because of our grassroots education, mobilization, sensitization program across the word-to-word.
Yeah, that brings me to the question. I was actually going to ask, how do you intend to reach out to the grassroots, especially the illiterates?
Yes. We did that. We have people. We have structures.
Okay.
As a political party, as NGO, as civil society, we have structures. People are structures. Like the last presidential town hall meeting we had on Thursday, people came from 409 senatorial districts. We have people in every locality. If you tell me a village now, I will check and know who is there in your local government. Who is the local government coordinator? We have 774 local government coordinators. We have 8,813 ward coordinators. Across the country. So in every local government
are active.
That are active. I mean, not offices, human structure, not building.
I understand.
And we have executives. In every ward, we have 7-man executive in every ward.
Okay.
In every local government, we have 54-man executive in every local government. People are working. We have canvassers, we move from ward to ward, from house to house, shop to shop, that we want a new Nigeria of our dream. We want a better Nigeria. Your vote will count. Don't come and register as a voter. If you don't join them, you will not beat them. If we come out, if we outnumber them, we win them.
Yes.
We need to come out and vote. Don't say vote with the beavers introduction now. Your vote will count.
Yeah.
So we're able to use that beavers as an instrumentality of conviction. That now your vote will count. INEC is transparent. INEC have done their best to do a technology that as you have, after you have voted, then the PO, the police officer, will capture the result, transmit to the central server.
Okay.
And you are sure, even though they're going to go wrong with the result from the police unit to the work collection center, the one that in the transmitted is there. So we try to commit people. Now also, among our people, we begin to train people called mandate protectors.
Okay.
So not just vote and go.
Okay.
Vote and stay. So we have 3 people who are training. Every police unit, we have 3 people who are training.
Okay.
As a mandate protector, who will stay to see that the actual result was counted, was captured to the server, and they will snap it. And make sure that this we sent to our situation room. We go to our situation, do the election. We have our situation in every state. We have a situation room in every state. Our state coordinators will have set up a election situation room to monitor what happened in all the local government and also report to our national office here in Abuja. So we have set up the process and the structure to ensure that there's credibility, there's integrity in the process. We are able to mobilize Nigerians. We have 18 million subscribers, out of which 2.9 million are new registrants.
Wow.
New registered with voters card who are in our pocket. Yeah. We have total control over them. We educate them, our followers. So I may not have, but that 2.9 million votes.
That's really good to know.
Is in our pocket.
I want to. There's a follow-up to the question she earlier asked.
Yes.
We all know that there's a prevailing threat to an existential threat to this country against the backdrop of activities of criminals, bandits, and what have you. How have your missions permeated the flashpoints, particularly those axes that are facing serious security challenges like Borno State, like Sokoto, Kebbi, and Zamfara? Yeah. I'm asking this because there are places that are inaccessible and they are ungoverned spaces taken over by bandits.
We are aware. We know about, right now, about 11 local governments have been totally taken over by the bandits. 11 local governments. No, as I'm talking to you in Abuja, politics is local. Our people are in the local areas.
Okay, yeah.
I cannot go to Bonu, but I have people that are in Bonu, non-local government.
Yes.
They know where the problem is.
Yeah.
So those areas are not accessible. So we have people that we are advocating that the government either should create a police unit in the IDPs. Most of our people are in IDPs. They can also set the voting right.
Yeah.
In those IDPs. Because many of the local government are overrun by the insurgents. And it's no-go area. About 11 local government we identify.
Yes.
So those 11 local governments, so they're in Katsina, in Yobe, in Borno, in Zamfara, in Sokoto, those are about 11 local governments. We have marked them. Those areas, those local governments are no-go area. But most of the voters from the local government are already in IDPs. So we want the Electoral Commission to set up an electoral unit in various IDPs so that people can vote. So that would be sufficient.
So when you say those local governments are a no-go area, does it mean voting is not going to take place?
Well, it will not take place. Unless something is done, nothing will happen there. So that's another point for the politician to manipulate results.
Exactly.
So we are monitoring. We are also monitoring. We know the local government. Not the entire local government is no-go area. There are some pockets of police units that people are still living. Not that the entire local government is no-go area. There are some police units that people are still living there. Some villages have run away, and IDPs. So those flash areas, we are monitoring them. Any result for those flash areas will be rejected. Any result from those, so we are told our people in those states, the list, those areas, those police units, those wards that have been overrun by insurgents, no result. Any result from that area will protest.
Okay.
Because brother, we use that to
monitoring
very closely.
Okay. Now
that's nice. Sorry, Mr. Mark. Yes, I think I have a question.
Yes.
As regards to your funding, because of all that you've stated out, of course, it's not going for free. Yes. Whatever thing that has been, whatever activity you carry out involves money.
Beauty, because he also mentioned that they have trained 3 mandate protectors at every ward, at the ward level.
We're training them.
We are training them.
Yes.
So, based on your question, when you multiply that, it is huge. So the funding will be 500
something thousand.
And then they have to be funded.
Yes.
So, are you partnering with international NGOs? And why are you getting your funding like
This,
Exactly.
this project is a Nigerian project
Okay,
and being funded by Nigerians.
okay.
Individuals are contributing. Those subscribers, 18 million subscribers, we didn't get them online. Those people that we get we got in contact with them one-on-one, do our advocacy, do our canvassing. They love what we are doing, so we love what we are doing. Most people, and so the many people are contributing 1,000. 1,000. We have people who are contributing 1,000 in thousands, in millions. 1,000. You go to office, form. People are filling forms to be member, and the membership is 1,000 naira.
But how responsive are they? These people, I mean the donor.
They're responding.
Okay.
If you want to join the Nigeria Dream, I said, if you want to join the Nigeria Dream, want to be, want the Nigeria of our dream, want to join the Nigeria Dream project, you will subscribe by 1,000 naira.
You
So
know,
1,000 naira subscription is part of what we use for funding. If you want to be a national officer, like I subscribe with 100,000, subscribe with 150,000, subscribe with 30,000. So it is a Nigeria project funded by Nigerians. We have no, at the moment we have no donor agency, we have no big man, except we have a former IG of police, Maki Okiro, who is the chairman of governing council
Okay, of the NGO.
of the NGO.
Okay.
We have former governor of Kogi. I'm on air, so this
Ibrahim Idris?
is Ibrahim Idris
Okay.
Wada.
Okay.
He's also co-chairman.
How did I guess correctly?
So he's the chairman, he's the co-chairman of the NGO.
Okay.
We have former chief of defense staff, Martin Luther Agwe. He's also a
Okay.
member of governing council.
These are credible Nigerians,
We have
I must say.
Chief Chukemeka Ezife,
Ezife,
who was former governor of Anambra. He's also a member of governing council.
an all-time permanent secretary.
Is a patriotic Nigerian.
Yeah, he is.
He was also
No doubt about that.
in the last presidential town hall meeting. Was there last Thursday.
Okay.
So we have most of them who say we cannot die and leave the country like this. We love what we are doing. We stay at the board as advisory council, advising and supporting you.
Okay.
So we have many Nigerians, former AIG, retired AIG, Isaac Eke, who is an ED, is an ED, executive director in the organization. We have former ambassador. We have businessmen, we have personalities who are key into the new Nigeria Dream project, which is the PEP project of the new dream for grassroots development.
Okay, that brings us to the conversation for this segment.
Yes.
Interrogating developmental agenda of candidates, and that's exactly what you'll be doing. Have you gone through some of because all these presidential candidates, we have 18 of them. 18 political parties are fielding 18 presidential candidates to slug it out. They are already slugging it out, for one of them to emerge as victorious, come 2023, February 25th, God willing. Have you gone through some of the, agenda they have prepared as the way, as they are marketing it to the electorate? Have you perused through it? Because I remember the APC presidential candidate has what he calls renewed hope for Nigeria, captured in a book. And then the candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Elijah Atiku Abubakar, has his covenant with Nigerians, also captured in a book. Peter Obi has it on all of them. Have you been able to peruse through any of them?
Of course, we are very much aware.
Okay.
We are full because, just as I told you, last Thursday,
Yes.
being 24th of November, 2022, we had presidential town hall meeting at Nikon Luxury.
Okay.
We invited the 18 presidential candidates to come and tell us what they have for Nigeria. We invited our grassroots representatives,
Okay.
7 each from East and Central districts. That is 7 each.
And were all
They
the
all
candidates
came-
in attendance?
And unfortunately, in that meeting, we have Alhaji Kwankwaso, candidate of NNPP. was
Okay.
there.
Okay.
Hamza Mustafa, candidate of AA, was there. Dr. Malik Ado Ibrahim, candidate of YPP, was there.
Okay.
These are presidential candidates.
Yes, they are presidential candidates.
Then Dr. Felix Osakwe, presidential candidate of NRM, National Rescue Mission,
Okay.
was also
Was there.
The national chairman of the presidential candidate of ADP, Action Democratic Party, was also there. But Atiku wrote a letter. I'm online. He could not come. I apologize. As a crash of our program, we're having the flag up in Kwara that Thursday.
Yeah.
He could not come. Obi promised to, through his aides, promised of coming, but he didn't come. Tinubu, they didn't come.
Okay.
So
And these are the front lines.
yes, they didn't come. So, and I learned that Tinubu State doesn't need town hall meeting to win presidency and all that. So, but you see, you need to meet with the people. The town hall gives the opportunity to meet with the people, interact with the people. You can't be a Nigerian president without attending town hall meetings.
Campaigns are even demographics.
Yes, exactly. And it's more
Exactly.
and it is more productive. We have the people came all the way from.
It's not about crowd.
Let me shock you. What are you go to state? The same crowd of people that came to
Come out.
APC. To APC rally.
Yes.
The same kind of people that go to PDP rally.
And even
the same
Labour.
kind of people go to Labour Party. So the same people hire them. They all hire crowd.
Yes.
I call it noise making.
Yes.
We're going to give you this. Many people on television watching it. Many people on that ground. But
So demographic campaigns like yours, you are saying, is more productive.
it's more productive. When people come, for example, we are bringing 7 each people from East Central District, 109 Central District, over 600 people come to Abuja, and these are leaders
Yeah, the leaders.
who have people following them to interact with you. You say you don't come. That means there's something you are hiding. There's something you are hiding. I don't want Nigerians to know.
What are you faulting in all their documents?
So looking at the document, we are looking at the document, the manifesto, or whatever they call the document of all presidential candidates. We have illustrated them. I have a committee looking at them. We have people looking at them. I personally look at that. Concussion gave us up to 20 copies of his own documents and all that. We have those online. We're checking them and found that what they have, they don't have clear-cut solution to our national issues. Sorry to say, almost all the candidates, they have no solution to our national challenges.
Really?
So I said this with no apology.
Wow.
Beauty say really.
Well, that is truth. Because if you ask them now, I will tackle insecurity. How?
How? The question that has been missing.
Buhari have tackled insecurity. They have voted billions of dollars and nairas into, but yet it's increasing. How will you tackle insecurity? They don't answer that question. When you say this is a problem, give your solution. Not that I will solve this problem. How do you solve it? It's not enough to say I will make Nigeria a productive nation. How do you do it? How will you make Nigeria a productive nation? Is it by massive nationalization? How do you achieve that when there's no power?
Yes, when there's no power. Exactly.
No, we have to be very proactive and visionary. So we'll go through all the documents. We're still working on them. We have not found serious solution to our national issues. And you said we're going to address issue of health. How do you address health? How do you proactively address deficiency in our health sector?
But this sounds detrimental.
Yeah, that is the truth. No, that's the truth. The truth is that I'm a former presidential candidate. I run for president of this country. And when I was asked, how do you go to address health sector? I told them that my government will not have nothing to do with health. Government has no business in doing business.
Okay.
We are going to deploy a mechanism of ensuring the life of all Nigerians.
Insurance, life insurance.
Life insurance for Nigerians. When I show the life of a Nigerian, I pay premium on your head to the insurance company. If anything happens to you, insurance company will pay millions to your family. So insurance company will prefer to take care of your health.
For me to remain alive.
For you to be alive, then you die, they will not pay millions, maybe 50 million, 100 million for your health.
Okay.
So insurance company have now take responsibility of your health care. How they ask with health sector, health service providers. That's what happened abroad. Once you have an insurance card, go to the hospital, the bill is sent to the insurance company settle the health service provider. So you don't need to spend billions in running hospital, building hospital. It's the health service provider will get the best equipment, equip the hospitals, and the insurance company pay them. So as a nation, you pay life insurance on the life of the citizen. Insurance company and the health sectors, health service provider take care of the health.
But then we still need the hospital set up for us.
So it's not the government that has to set up. It's the private sector. You privatize health sector, 100% privatization. And not to do, not PPP.
So the same thing education.
No, the same education. The same thing energy. 100% to private. See what's happening in the communication industry.
Yes.
100% privatization. You
Full,
see that?
full liberalization.
Yeah, liberalization. You see that competition, and you see that now you can make call
But the energy sector is different. Government has privatized, and they're still giving them
That's
subsidy.
it. That's giving the subsidy. So that's not privatization. You should have interest. You say, okay, you say you are giving out to public sector. You took the disco.
Yes.
And you say, so there's no sincerity. I look at the entire process. There's no sincerity by a particular class.
Do they have
to
to do
address our nation, our national challenges, address our problem on this country. There's no sincerity. There's no political will. And because of and so the entire country is so. But looking at the presidential candidate, we are still looking at it critically. The APC candidate seems to have a more proactive way.
Okay.
APC candidate. Obi seems to be more acceptable by many Nigerians because it seems to be the lesser evil.
Yeah.
Of all the candidates. So
I like the choice of words.
Interesting. Lesser evil.
Lesser evil among all the candidates. You know. But Obi still need to do homework to understand national issues. They don't have the capacity. Our major problem is issue of insecurity, energy, infrastructure. So they have the capacity to do that. He can handle infrastructure. Can he handle national security? Atiku seems to have what it takes to handle national security. So in fact, that each of the candidates has the area of the capacity.
Of the strength.
The Atiku will tackle insecurity. That's for sure. He had the capacity. He also tackle issue of infrastructure. You know, to a point.
So can one say
Tinubu has the capacity to revamp the economy. Obi has the area of industrialization.
Okay.
So you can see that each of the candidates has their points. They have.
And this is based on what you have studied about.
Based on what I studied. So we look at the manifesto that this candidate. So we found out that we don't need to have candidate will address all problems. If Obi will handle issue of power and industrialization, that's okay for us for the first 4 years. If Tinubu will become a president, he handle issue of economy. It's more of enterprising. It's more of investor. He has the investor mentality. He will revive the economy through investment opportunities and so Tinubu has that mentality. If Atiku can come and have the issue of national security, so you can see that each of the candidates has their strength.
What have you found out about Kwankwaso?
The Kwankwaso, it will handle education.
Okay.
Kwankwaso is for what I
has done it in Kano.
It's done in Kano.
Yes.
And the
so 200 Kano
indigents
to
so if you look at Kwankwaso,
and that's commendable.
Yes,
Kwankwaso abroad. They are pilots.
Yes, Kwankwaso can tackle institutional education, and that's the major problem.
Yeah.
Of our nation.
Kwankwaso
can handle education. That is the aid of his strength. I told him
have you perused that one of Al-Mustafa?
Mustafa can handle security.
Okay.
Mustafa is more in the area of insecurity. With a background as a military officer, not only that, he knows so much about the country.
Yes.
He knows so much. I've talked with him, I've looked at our last interface with him, presidential town hall meeting. He can address issue of insecurity.
What about Adewale of the
Adewale did not come, our SDP did not come.
Okay.
The YPP candidate can address power.
Okay.
The Malik Ibrahim.
So
in fact, we are studying them. We are each of the manifesto for the area of their strength. So none of them can address the entire
everything.
Issue.
Okay.
No, that is truth.
Okay.
But each of them has a area they will do well if they become Nigerian president.
Okay.
That's what we're dedicating. We're studying their manifesto. We're studying their programs. We are able to educate the voters to inform them on the choice of who they will vote for. Okay. This one will do this. From what we've seen, is good in this area. He will be good in this area. He will be good in this area, and all that. So we're not totally rule out the candidate, but they don't have what it takes to address the entire nation issue. But they can address one area or the other. If they can achieve that, if Buhari have said, okay, I'm going to tackle national security. If you have achieved
what
that.
What have you found out about Omowole Sowore?
Sowore, we're not interface with him.
Okay,
so we cannot, we are still studying his manifesto.
And his activism.
He's an activist. And he's radical.
He's radical.
Yeah.
So we're still studying him, but I'm talking about the major presidential candidates, like Atiku,
the frontliners,
APC, economy.
Okay.
Atiku, infrastructure. Education.
Education.
YPP. Obi.
Industrialization.
Industrialization.
And power.
And power, energy.
You said so.
Then YPP, also power.
Power, yeah.
So, NPP, education. So, we are analyzing their strength. And that also help us to, that's why we ask them to come for town hall meeting.
But doctor, does it mean we can actually have a candidate that can address all of these issues?
The candidate we have now cannot address all. If they can address 20%.
Maybe by and by, is it possible to have someone that can actually address all these problems?
Maybe as we progress,
as
we progress the political experience. For now, the candidate, we are looking at their strength. And we're looking at the area of their strength, what they can do. You know. So, but they say they will do everything. Normally in politics, as a politician, say, I'll give you power. I'll address this. But in fact, look at Mr. Buhari. What have you actually achieved for these 7 years plus? You feel that what they have actually done is the area of whatever actually achieved, Buhari achieved, can give him a credit. Is the area of agriculture.
Agriculture, okay. Yes, achievement.
Agriculture. Even not because of this flood. That
ravaged a lot of
things. Buhari addressed agriculture. Well, he put a lot of billions on agriculture.
Yes.
He raised farmers. Now we don't import rice as before.
Yes.
Now we have producing rice. Buhari did he achieved much on agriculture. Many farmers got incentives, got loan facility. They want to farm and all that.
But how about the inability to go and harvest their whatever?
No, because they have harvested because of the flood, and that's why now he have signed a bill on the dry season farming. He have released funds, facility for rural road construction, for this, for that, and that area can give the scorecard. But they actually of agriculture, for national security, national food security. If you can see that the entire nation, the whole world, due to COVID-19, Nigeria was not badly affected. The entire world on food crisis, but Nigeria was not badly affected. Because of area of agriculture. So we're looking at all this all together. But none of these candidates had the capacity to address all the issues.
But have you made it known to them, some of them?
We are still interfacing with them. And we also have an area we can make input. We can make input to them. If they want us, we can make input and say, look, Your Excellency, this area, we can make input this area. This what we feel can be done in this area. And also that we have
it is about development.
It's about development.
Yes.
So because the issue of national development is key to candidacy of any candidate.
And that's if they're even interested in getting your organization involved.
Yeah. They have to be interested.
That is it. Because let me assure you that for this election, we already have 2.9 million. What I mean 2.9 million people who have their names, their phone number, the V number, will have their addresses, we know where they are, where they live.
Wow. Who
are members who were recruited as to participate in the last CVR. And these are people they have our confidence. We have talked to the one-on-one, to our grasp of what mobilization and education. So we have that, and that is a lot. And we're also working out our target is to have 50 people, voters in each polling unit. And that's about 8 million. So we are targeting to get at least 8 million voters from our own end to decide the next president of Nigeria.
Wow.
So if we're going to make if we put our head in APC will win. If we put our head in PDP will win. Anyway, because we are done, you see.
So you have not made up your mind as to
we have not endorsed any.
Then when will that be?
Exactly.
Well, they are watching
the elections.
Now. They start coming to you.
No. The truth is that we are still consulting. Because we just had last Thursday we have presidential town hall meeting. We still want to visit most of the candidates, to Tara with them, and find them, ask them what's their plan in this area. What's their plan in this area? We have seen a manifesto. How do you want to achieve this? What is the solution? You tell us you will solve this problem. How do you solve the problem? We want to be convinced that this candidate has what it takes. Because the issue of Nigeria, this is the only country we have. We must get it right. This
election. Do you think the typical Nigerian political mind would want to reason with you on this? I don't know.
That's why I said they will surprise.
Interesting one.
They will surprise in this election.
Okay,
the mighty will fall. I'm telling you, those who think we will not win election.
Okay. There will be surprises.
There will be surprises. This election is either we will either make or mar our nation.
Okay.
Whether we get it right or we don't get it right. So that's why we started earlier to mobilize. People from the grassroots, and we have close to 18 million subscribers. Out of 18 million, we have 2.9 as our people who mobilize by ourselves, as our members, and who are new registered with other people. So we are still doing more. So I want to assure you that our organization will play a major role in deciding who becomes the next Nigerian president.
Dr. Bradford, John, these politicians you are talking about, we are interrogating their developmental agenda.
Yes.
And many of them will be watching you.
Yes.
If they are not watching you, their members or cronies are watching you.
Of course, I'm not assured.
What mechanism have you put in place to ensure that you are not inundated to be hoodwinked into being used? I'm talking about your members, not you in person or in particular, your members. How do you make it foolproof that they don't penetrate your organization, and people compromise for pecuniary reasons?
No, we are doing education.
Yes.
We are doing what's called voter education and sensitization program. We're educating them before they came out to register as voters. They are convinced what a new Nigeria.
Yes.
A new Nigeria where there's infrastructure, there's education, there's railway, there's everything, there's water, there's like advanced democracy. How we do that? By coming out to vote the right person.
Yes.
Don't collect money. Don't believe in collecting money and vote your conscience. No.
And your votes will
Once you collect money, your conscience is polluted.
Yes.
We say, don't collect money.
You have sold your conscience.
Our members will not be involved in vote selling. We have educated them against vote selling.
And you're sure of that?
I'm sure.
Okay.
Because we have done a lot of education on them. We have spoken to them. We have said that you have 10,000 or 5,000, 20 you collect. If you collect that 20,000, 5,000, you remain a slave for the next 4 years.
Yeah, you're right.
They'll give that money, and they collect your vote. You remain suffering in poverty, no water, no road, no clean water, no education,
no security,
no road, no security for another 4 years. So better you become hungry. Don't take their money. Go and vote the right person. The organization will decide. Will inform every member across the country where to cast their vote. That's why we are interrogating them. We don't want to come and say, "Oh, we support Atiku, support Tinubu." What? How? It must be a process of interrogating with them, a process of that bring in who will support. Because we are not a support group. We are an institution.
Yeah, an institution.
Awesome. And this project of New Nigeria is for 25 years.
Okay.
We can't get a New Nigeria in 5 years, 4 years.
Okay.
So for we to sustain our integrity as an institution, that working towards a new Nigeria, it's a 25 years project to have a new Nigeria.
Okay.
I'm not being honest with you. For these 25 years, we must sustain our integrity. So we cannot go and collect money or we cannot compromise. We are patriotic. Our nation is first paramount to us. To get our nation in the right path, we must get a credible Nigerian, a man who is purpose-oriented, who is compassionate, who is God-fearing.
But do we have such among the 18 political
candidates? Yes, of course.
There are, okay.
Yeah, I don't want to mention names.
Okay, fine.
That's why we're interrogating them.
Yes.
Nice.
Okay.
We get there in the next 2 weeks.
Yes.
Before the end of December. By first week of January, we'll tell Nigeria where we're going to.
Okay.
By first week of January. But between now and December, the first week of January, we will unveil the new face, the presidential candidate that has the face of new Nigeria.
Okay. On this note, we're going to take a short break because we are interrogating developmental agenda of our 18 political candidates. When we come back, we'll be asking Dr. Bradford Owubuya John, why doesn't he think that political candidates will not be jittery, hearing that they will take a decision and whoever they support will surely emerge as the next president of Nigeria? That will be the question we're taking up with. That will be after the break. Please stay with us.
Television Nigeria is out on the street again to get the views of the people about voter apathy. Please come with me.
Seriously now, we need to come out because the way things are going, because it will get to a time poor people will not eat meat again, because every day things go high. And we the youth, this is not time for us. This is not time for us to fight. This is not time for Muslim and Christians to fight. This is time we are supposed to join our hands together to grab our future and destiny. This is not time to collect 1,000 naira to sell your rights and vote. This is time for we to stand and vote, because the way things are going on in this country, in fact, I'm not happy even with myself. If me, I can provide food for myself, what about the person that does not have the money to provide? I am ready. I am ready to vote. I am ready to vote because we need to come out and vote and grab our rights. We have rights. Let them look into the poor people. We have rights in this country. So my advice to you, Christian and Muslim, let's come out and vote for a leader that will listen to us, not the one that they will be doing their own. Let's come out and vote the right person so that this country will be great. Nigeria is a great country, but corruption has destroyed it. So my advice is, please vote.
I'm ready to come out and vote. Yeah, the only thing is just that for them to make everything so free, as in normal.
We are for the forthcoming election. Let's try it and vote, come out to vote, because it's our right.
But the problem is that if you will go outside to vote, the next thing, the person that we are expecting to win is not the one you will see. But we are praying for the good things to our Nigerian people, for the leader to pity the poor one, to not even think about their own self, because we here, we are suffered to vote. The next thing now, you will see another difference will come up, but we are just praying for them, for the good. May God help us for the next year. We are ready for the vote it.
Okay, right now like this, the vote, if the vote did not count, but what is actually going on now, man? Digital world now, we know they're on logical now. I mean, in fact, no be on analog, we dey now. We dey digital. Even the digital now don't extend now to logical world. You understand? But why am I saying this is that, Americans don't enter. All the whole over the world, not be only America, they involved on this election where they want to do. You understand? You better vote for the right person so that we go chop well, eat well. They say we go chop 2 pomo. Some now 1 pomo with the chop. But bros, even though no pomo, make our money rise. Make we vote for the right person. This country, bros, is sweet. This country, check now. Our politicians, they get sense well. Our politicians get sense. That is why they no want travel. Make they go live their life there forever, die. They won't come back to this country, rule. Tinubu now say one rule before he go die. Now the country where God bless, make we understand. Make we make our money value. Make we not make our money dey low, abeg. Now other country, outside country, they want rule us. See Igbo, see Hausa, see Yoruba. Yoruba get wisdom. Forget, I know wetin I dey talk o. Yoruba dey smart. They sabi computer. Igbo like money. They get business. And now we get property everywhere. Make we use our head, abeg. Hausa, then Nanango dey Mecca. Wazobia, you understand? Now all of us na one love, unity. But na brain, abeg. Our money make it get value. You understand? Abeg. See, rice don't cost, beans don't cost, garri don't cost, semo don't cost, wheat don't cost. People wey no get diabetes now, wheat now. Abeg, calm down, abeg. Kasmiado, abeg, we go chop well. We go fight for the right person. So now, if you come in the times of maybe whether we go use this one, everything don't change. No fear. Come out. No sleep for bed though. You get PVC, they sleep for bed. I swear to God, God go punish you. Come outside. Let this country good. I swear to God. See, me and you go smile. One love. I swear to God. See, we go make am.
Oh yes, it is so interesting to know that Nigerians are willing and ready to vote on the election day come 2023 general elections. Beauty of Merido, Television, Nigeria.
Thank you, our own adorable Beauty Merido, with that Vox Pop, where Nigerians are bearing their minds on voter apathy. You can see how passionate they are talking about, what they feel about the 2023 elections. Many of them feel their votes will not count. Others feel, well, it is time around for their votes to count because of what INEC has been doing, showing sincerity with technology, particularly with the beavers that is going to be used on the election day. And that is exactly what we are talking about here in the studios, interrogating developmental agenda of candidates. 18 political parties have filled in 18 presidential candidates. And here in the studio to do justice to that is Dr. Breckforth Owobuya John, political analyst, doing justice to this conversation, interrogating development agenda of political presidential candidates. Beauty, before we went on that short break, and with your report, Nigerians bearing their minds on voter apathy, especially, is exactly in tandem with what the doctor has been saying in the studios. And that is exactly the reason why they floated that new group, the Grassroots Agenda for Development. And you mentioned something before we went on that short break.
Yes, I think that was about you did mention that
you take a decision?
That in the next 1 month, that your group is going to take a decision on who is going to be the next president of Nigeria. And you said it with so much confidence. But then I have a worry. The fear is, don't you think political candidates in that regard, upon hearing this, will feel jittery and would want to buy their way, probably want to, come and somehow buy your mind, let me use that word, to want to win you over?
Let me shock. It's not possible.
Okay.
How?
Yeah, because there's a burning desire for a change, for a new Nigeria. There's passion. There's patriotism. We're not looking for money.
Okay.
We're not the support group. We are an institution. Our target is to have a new Nigeria in the next 25 years. And we must keep that momentum, that integrity. So we're not going to allow ourselves to be bought over or to be penetrated, and we can't keep that. It's a vision of a new Nigeria. We want a new Nigeria of our dream. I live in Netherlands. I live in Europe. I saw development. I saw transport system, organized transport system. If you are trained, you are going to Amsterdam, and you are trained, you are going to Amsterdam, and the train is 3:30 a.m. p.m. Exactly 1 minute to the train is there. You move. Everything program is timeline. Train, buses, transport system is 100%. The electricity, the light does not break 1 minute. 24 hours uninterrupted. This education, 100%. In the small city of Den Helder, where I live, I live in the Netherlands, close to Hamburg. We have over 30 industries, 40 industries, and you can
jobs.
You can look for this job. So when there are massive industries, and there's power, steady power, industrialization will drive.
Yeah.
So we cannot afford to kill the vision of new Nigeria by compromising.
Okay.
If you like, give me 1 billion, 20, 100 billion, that's not the money, because the money is people's money. We are looking at a new Nigeria. It's a new Nigeria project, a Nigeria of our dream, where things are working, where there's no corruption, where the leaders are committed, where the leaders say one thing, they mean what they say.
Yeah.
You look at Nigeria, you look at this campaign. If you look at psychologically, look at our presidential candidate. Well, they're not talking with confidence.
Okay.
But they don't have all the solutions. They may have one solution to a particular situation, a particular setup, but not in all setup. Not even 50% of the setup. So we cannot compromise. They're hearing me. I'm saying that Nobody will compromise in our group. Our leaders, our people at the grassroots, Nigerians who believe in New Nigeria, we cannot disappoint them. Who have subscribed to New Nigeria. They want a Nigeria where their own children will have a future. A Nigeria where our children will stop going to abroad. In my house, my own house, if I mention Nigeria, my children will go on riot. So that I don't hear that country. We don't have country. We don't have a future here. And he made me sick and cry. That my own children, I said they don't have a country. Their own fatherland, they are not confident in the nation. So we must address this. This election, we either make or man this country. Nigerians must get it right. Nigerians, we must get it right. You must not compromise. Those who are selling vote, vote sellers, don't sell your vote. Don't sell your vote. Because your vote is your right to choose a credible leader. If you compromise by collecting money and sell your vote, you are ready to suffer for the next 4 years. We must get it right. We must vote by first week of January. We'll be announcing to our 18 million subscribers of our organization and all our statutory members who we are going to vote and who we are going to endorse as an organization, not as a support group, as an institution. As an institution, will be the next president of Nigeria, inshallah. Wow.
Thank you.
That is huge. This revelation is mind-boggling. Because it will make so many, many of the political candidates, like Beauty, earlier observed, some of them will be jittery because they'll be thinking you have not reached out to them. Some of them you have invited and they have, they intentionally, maybe or inadvertently failed to show up at that presidential town hall meeting. Wow, this is a paradigm.
Let me shock you. Many of PDP members, APC, are sort of the Nigeria dream.
Okay.
So we are just there because of the money.
So the political party is just a vehicle.
It's just a vehicle
to get to the destination. It's not based on any ideology.
No, they have no ideology.
Okay.
No, unlike in the US, we have Republican and Democrat. They have ideology. But Nigeria, you can see what happened in Nigeria here. A former senator who was one party led the party to another party. You see, jumping from PDP to APC, APC to Labour, Labour to this. So there's no ideology-driven political party. It's just a vehicle to get to office. So that's why the Nigerian electorate do not believe in political party.
But doctor, what actually is the reason behind jumping from one political party to another as a politician?
Because they have no focus, they have no ideology. They're not patriotic. They look at going to leadership power as a big business. Becoming a president, or a governor, or a senator, House of Rep member, or a local government chairman is the big business. When you're there, you cannot amass the wealth to yourself. It's all of service to the people because people can afford to put 10 billion, 100 billion, 1 trillion into election. Because when you go to the office, they go there, they get the money back. That's why corruption will not end in Nigeria. And to use our ballot to chase them away and bring a Nigerian, a patriotic Nigerian, a true Nigerian, a face of a new Nigeria to be our next president, will not get it right. These guys are there, they're just a big business. That's why they jump from party to party, not ideology driven.
Mr. Mark, I think I'm really very impressed by what Dr. has been talking about.
He has seen it all.
And there's a confirmation from the Vox Pop that has just been played. If you hear the opinion of the people, most of them, you hear them, I must go out to vote.
I think they're in tandem with what you're saying.
Exactly. That means Nigerians this time around.
Passionate.
They are passionate.
To make that difference they're talking about, Doctor.
Yes.
We did a lot of homework. We did a lot of grassroots mobilization. Most of these people, interview them, they are all new Nigerian members. They're all supporters of new Nigeria. So we want a new Nigeria of our dream. We're not a political party. It's a project. A new Nigeria dream is a project of a new dream for grassroots development. And people are subscribed to that project. They're not even members of our organization, but are subscribed to New Nigeria. And those who are members of our organization are those who we got to register as voters. 2.9 million are members.
So in what way are you leveraging the media? One of them is this conversation we're having.
Thank you for inviting me. And I see it as an opportunity to talk to my fellow Nigerians. Because we have only one country called Nigeria. And this country, we are one. Whether you are Hausa, whether you are Fulani, whether you are Igbo, whether Yoruba, whether any tribe we belong, we're all one Nigeria. God has brought us, all of us, for different diversity, different culture, different language, to make a wonderful nation. We have to remain united as a nation with one agenda of a new Nigeria, one agenda of having a Nigeria where things are working, that a Nigeria that will compete with advanced democracies. So that's what. So I want to ensure Nigeria that I, His Excellency Dr. Onwubia John Abraham Breford, will not. I and my group, the entire group of New Nigeria Dream, will not deviate.
Okay.
Because it's a 25 years project.
Yeah.
We must get a new Nigeria of our dream in the next 25 years.
That is the milestone.
We start now.
That is the
We are
milestone.
starting now with new person we are bringing on board. Well, and before we declare you, support you, we will sign a pact with us.
Okay.
Of a new Nigeria. We must extract our commitment. We put the right that I become a president of Nigeria. I will we'll tell you how we want to address health sector. We'll give our own idea how we want to address education. We agree with you on developmental agenda.
Okay.
For a new Nigeria.
Okay.
When we sign it, we now support. Not just you give us money, we'll support you. No.
And also, Doctor,
it's
we
not
want
money
to
matter.
know, okay, thank you. We also want to know your thoughts about Nigerians in the diaspora.
Are they part of your...
Yeah, of course, we have a directorate led by Ambassador Johnson Adeshida, who is a one-time diplomat in UK, US. Is the executive director of Nigeria and diaspora and multilateral support.
Okay.
So we have many Nigerian diaspora who are working with us.
They are members of your group?
Yeah, members of our group. We have many Nigerians abroad, in Netherlands, in Europe, in Asia, in America, in Pacific, who are subscribed to New Nigeria, and they are supporting us.
Okay.
They are supporting in their own little way.
Okay.
To see that the vision of New Nigeria come to reality. We must get it right, my brother.
We must get it right.
We must get it right.
In what sectors of Nigerian economy would you say we have missed developmentally speaking? Is it in all sectors? It can be. I'm asking it because you have mentioned you have scored President Muhammadu Buhari very high in the agri sector.
Yes.
So in what areas would you say we have not made any giant strides at all?
Yeah, I won't say we have failed in all sectors. We have not failed.
Okay.
I won't say that you see, every government will make an impact.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, may not be
below
expectation.
Okay.
Far below expectation. Because we expect the government in power to make an impact to a certain percentage. But what they have is far below expectation. Now, in area of national security, the government has invested billions.
Yes.
But the government has made proactive steps to address it. But there's something wrong. There's something wrong fundamentally with national security. And that has to do with corruption.
Okay.
That's a major problem we have in national security. That's why we are not able to tackle security. The president have changed service chief. He has made serious effort. I give him pass mark. He have done a lot to address issue of national security, but he failed because of there is corruption in the system. There's massive corruption, and that the president have failed to address issue of corruption, issue of national corruption, and that lead to a lot of failure in various sectors. Corruption is a dangerous, it's a cancer. It's evil. It's terrible. When there's a corruption in the system, it eats deep into the fabric of that system, and it will affect all the sectors. Our major problem in this country is if I address corruption headlong, we can get the sectors right.
So in terms of security, tackling security or insecurity, it's not about changing service chiefs.
No, but it's the issue of corruption.
Because I feel sad sometimes as a Nigerian that here is a service chief that just retired. After a few months, he's made an ambassador. After a few months, one of the service chiefs is now the ticket. Is now a candidate of a political party going in for election to become a governor in a country that is bedeviled with serious security issues. I think it's just we just want to agree with what you're saying, that corruption has eaten deeply into the fabric.
To the fabric of national security.
You are retiring and you are made an ambassador. And you have made your mark. You have not even achieved anything as the chief of security officer. a former chief of air staff who is now the candidate of APC in Bauchi State.
And that's it.
And he just retired last year.
So this is the issue. Where did you get the money?
Exactly.
So why did you get the billion to run for governor?
Exactly.
Is the issue of corruption?
It's the issue of corruption.
So
And he wants to unseat an incumbent who is going for second term.
Exactly. So we can see that.
It's clear evidence of corruption. I must say this.
Exactly. With sincerity, with honesty. I'm saying this with my life online. I'm being sincere to Nigerians.
Yes.
I'll be honest. I've been in the system of politics for a long time. I've been on the process. I understand this very well. I understand this country very well. I know the problem of our country. I tell you the issue of corruption. If you don't tackle corruption, Buhari came on the 16th of December 2016. I will lead a group. Then I was the national organizing secretary of that group.
Yeah.
We visit Buhari. We call it COP3, Coalition of Progressive Political Parties.
Okay.
I will remember COP3. We visit Mr. Buhari. We discussed with Mr. Buhari. We saw the passion, the desire for a change, for a true change. We saw his commitment, but unfortunately we could not achieve it because of the kind of people around him. Corruption. The man, Mr. President, I believe that is still uncorrupt. But the people around him is a problem. So I want to stop there.
You're afraid of that. That is why you...
I don't want to go into that. So that's why most of us go back. So the only way to address the problem is if we get the Nigerian populace, majority of Nigerians on our side. If we outnumber them, we'll beat them.
We'll beat them.
So we want to beat them.
It's not about joining them.
Not about joining them.
Yeah.
Want to beat them at the polling unit. With the beavers, INEC, to be honest with you, I must give credit to Professor Mahmoud Yakubu.
He means well
he means well for his effort supporting the electronic transmission result. Beavers. And that gives us a lot of...
But there are allegations of pressures being mounted on him to compromise.
No, he will not compromise.
And you're sure of
He will not compromise. Yakubu will not compromise.
You're sounding so optimistic.
So sure.
Yakubu will not compromise. I'm saying this because as a man that I worked closely with when I was the Deputy National Chairman of Interparty Advisory Council. All political party in Nigeria. At the time I was the Deputy Chairman of all political party in Nigeria.
Okay. I
work with Yakubu. Okay. He's a man who loves the country. You know, he wants to do the right thing. At times,
a man of honor.
His hands is tight.
Yes, most times.
You know, because of the system that brought him to power.
Yes.
As an chairman. But the truth is that this time, if you compromise, and you compromise the future of the entire country. I don't think we'll compromise. I want to give him benefit of that. He will not compromise because there's a beavers. How will he compromise? As they're voting, we are watching, we are monitoring. He can't manipulate beavers. Let me put it on clear. Nobody can manipulate beavers. And even if manipulate beavers, we have the hard copy of the result at every polling unit. So if
one of the leading political parties already, calling for the cancellation of the use of beavers. And it has generated an uproar.
No, you cannot. You see, those people do not mean well for Nigerians. It's the introduction of beavers that brought about the credibility in the process. Yes. That the result can be transmitted electronically. And you will see it dropping at the from the polling unit. You capture the after tiring the results.
No incident form.
You capture it, it will go. Even though you seize the result from, or you can't alter the result between the polling unit to the work collection center, or from work collection center to the local collection center. You can't. There's a process of collection of result. After polling unit, the polling agents will take it to the work collection center. There's what we call work collection center, where all the polling units come together. They collect the result and put in one result sheet.
And the agents will be there.
So take that result sheet again to local government collection center.
Mandate protectors, your mandate protectors will be there.
We have our mandate protector will follow up the process of from polling unit to the ward, to local government, to the central district, to the state. We follow the process for the manual collection, while also we follow the process of the electronic collection through the beavers. We monitor the process. So INEC cannot compromise. If they compromise, that means they become an agent of destruction, agent of national destruction. They will not compromise.
But how about in the rural area, Doctor? Do you think those beavers will actually be active, effectively used?
Well, you have network challenges.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you see
and that's where you have most of the population.
Yeah, the issue is that that's a manual collection. If beaver does not work, there's a manual collection. They can also, because the beaver is to reduce the issue of snatching of ballot paper or change of time results.
Yes.
So it minimizes. The area where there's no network, there's manual collation process. Which our people will monitor, our mandate protection agent will monitor as well.
But then these political party candidates, they have their agents as well, monitoring those they have paid to vote.
Yeah, those are monitor, but our own people will also monitor. We have independent monitoring agent. Okay. Remember that those people that were training as mandate protection agents, they are also in the locals. They are locals. There are people within that community. They know everybody. They know the political party agents. They know the political party leaders. Okay. There are people with that local community. So we're not trying to bring somebody from Kafacha to Kaduna. It's the same people in that locality that we are training as mandate protectors who will monitor the process from the polling unit to the work collection center, to the local government collection center, to the final collection center. And they are giving a report. Okay. And you know also that as a result of being snapped, they're also snapping. They are saying us, we are going to have our situation room in the 37 states of the federation. Okay. 36 plus FCT.
Okay.
To monitor the process.
So you are monitoring the process at all levels? At
all levels. So we're going to check what INEC is doing, what INEC is announcing, what we have.
Okay.
You get it? And our candidate we're going to support, we're going to give him all the materials to go to court.
Are you interfacing with the security agencies?
Yeah, we are not done that yet, but we're planning to do that.
Okay, you put the balance out.
Yes, we're going to interface with them because we need to work with them as well.
Yes.
Because we're all working towards the same goal.
Yes.
To have a free, fair, and credible election.
Exactly.
And ensure the emergence of someone that will love us, someone that will be compassionate,
exactly.
Someone that will show empathy as a president, someone that will come and think outside the box, exactly. And create a paradigm shift, developmentally speaking. Yes. On that note, we are going to take another short break. When we come back, we continue interrogating developmental agenda of Nigerian candidates. We also, be asking Doctor to make his thoughts known about trending stories across the broad spectrum of media platforms. After the break, please stay with us.
Television Nigerian is one of the leading giants in Nigeria's digital broadcasting. We deliver quality productions to clients from all sectors of life. We are experts in program streaming, event coverage, news reporting, adverts, documentaries, personality profiling, skits, and jingles. You can advertise now on Television Nigerian network platforms or sponsor programs like The Patriot, Spectacle, Business Daily, Security Dossier, and other programs. To publicize your business from ground state to the zenith, we have the capacity to introduce, promote, and publicize your businesses to increase patronage. We associate with quality to attract clients like you. Television Nigerian is your media solution.
You're welcome back. This is still Daybreak Africa on Television Nigerian. If you're just joining us, you're welcome. My name remains Macaulay Honohashi. And my co-presenter is the adorable Beauty Akborido. We are still together in the house. And also with us is Dr. Breakforth Owobuya John, political analyst, who has been doing justice to this conversation while we're interrogating developmental agenda of aspirants. Now, Beauty, I think it's time for us at this juncture to take trending stories across, making rounds in the country. What do we have to kickstart the conversation? Let me start by asking Doctor how his assessment about political campaigns so far, from a general perspective, because they are crisscrossing the entire country, talking to Nigerians. Atiku was in Kwara, Tinubu was in Lagos. Atiku was also at a meeting with business community in Lagos State. What's your assessment so far?
Well, I think that's a normal system of Nigerian campaign. Nigerian campaign system is moving state to state, creating awareness and all that. I think this is so far, but there's something fundamental about this campaign. Atiku went to Borno State.
Yes.
last 2 weeks or so.
2 weeks ago, yes.
It was attacked.
It was attacked by hoodoos.
By hoodoo. That one is we condemn that in totality. Obi went to Benin. The governor of Edo State refused to give him space.
Yes.
For his campaign.
He went to a church.
He went to a church to do a campaign instead of using the field, open space. And Obi went to Oyo. He escaped assassination attempt on him. Tinubu went to Jos, Plateau.
Yes.
He was stoned.
He was stoned.
And this is not good for our country.
And they have signed peace accord.
And so I'm saying that the governors of these states should please allow a free-flow campaign. Whether you're APC governor, PDP governor come to your state, give him the free hand to this campaign and go back to another state. There should be equal level playing ground for all candidates to campaign, to move around the country. There should not be restriction to a particular candidate because not your candidate of your party. You refuse to give me a space or approve a ground for campaign. We totally condemn that. That's not good. It's not patriotic. It's undemocratic. It's evil. We condemn that. So we also condemn various attacks on candidates and various unfair treatment of candidates. Everybody should allow the opportunity to campaign anywhere at any time in any place. We're all Nigerian, whether you're APC, whether you're PDP, whether you're Labour, whether you're NPP, whether you're YPP, any party belong to, we're all Nigeria. This is our country. We must enjoy the freedom, access to every facility for our campaigns. So what is happening so far is not good. And you can say what's happened in Ebonyi. They went and bought INEC office in Ebonyi. This is unfortunate. See, the political class should allow the process to flow. Put your interests behind. Put national interests ahead. Our national interest, our collective national interest must be a priority. Not our party interest. Not our personal interest. Not our monetary interest. This country, if there's no country, how can you rule? You cannot govern a country where there's no country. If we, because of our campaign, we throw our country into a crisis, into war zone, how can we now have a free fair election? And if there's no free fair election, there will be crisis everywhere. How can you now govern a country where there's a crisis? So I want to appeal to politicians, with all due respect, please let us allow free flowing campaign.
Level playing field.
Leverage, freedom, as access to all facility at anywhere in any part of this country.
Thank you, Doctor. Also trending on the Punch newspaper this morning, we have fuel scarcity. NNPC petrol price without subsidy is 400 naira per litre. What do you have to say about this?
And as a rider to that story is that over 30,000 filling stations face shortage. And IPMAN is the independent petrol market, is quoted as saying, oil farms are struggling, and that with subsidies, government cannot be Father Christmas. What is your reaction to that?
Well, I must say this without fear or favor, that this government has failed in the area of veteran sector. This is a country that has crude oil. A country that has the natural human resources. We have the raw crude oil, the raw oil in the ground. And now we look at how the citizens are suffering. It is very unfortunate. When Buhari will come, Buhari is going to make, I remember that campaign, we'll make a liter of oil, 1 liter of petroleum, 40 naira per liter, or something less than that.
Yes.
And we expect that will be better. So you see, the problem is that the government of the day have failed woefully in the area of energy, area of petroleum sector. What does the government of Nigeria have to do with refined oil? Okay. What we to do? Privatize, sell your crude oil, liberalize
the industry.
Liberalize the industry of refinery. Let them refinery. They have 100 refineries in Nigeria. Give licenses to people to have the establish refineries, monopoly refineries, small scale refineries across the country. Give them crude oil to refine. They will buy the crude oil, they refine. When they refine, they buy the crude oil, they refine, they sell the petroleum to the country, to the citizens. In fact, when you have multiple refineries everywhere, there will be competition. And the price, for example, by the communication sector. So
Yes.
before, if you have a handset, you're a big man. You're a very big man. Only big men can have handset. But now everybody, even a small can communicate. Because they've got what? Liberalization. Of the communication. Why can't Nigerian government liberalize the energy sector, the petroleum sector?
Okay. Now let's go.
But that will solve the problem.
Okay, let's go.
How can you be importing fuel when you have crude oil?
You have crude oil.
Give people crude oil, let them refine, let them buy refine, and it will be everywhere. They also.
We have 4 refineries that have remained comatose. We are now about a few months to handing over to a brand new, to elections. They're talking about, the turnaround maintenance, and they have, injected a lot of billions.
It's corruption. All these they can't do. They keep on injecting trillions. It's just eating money. They're not being corrupt. It's corruption. Mr. President of Nigeria, with all due respect, is a good man. He has a good man. He has a good will, but he lacks the knowledge, the technical, the mental, and what it takes. He's an old man. If you give me Nigeria, just give me 1 year, you see this country.
Yeah.
I don't need to shake. We know what to do. The political will, because there are people around the country who are milking this country.
Around the
president. If they will not allow things to flow, not that Mr. President cannot do it, they will not allow him. And because they brought him to power, we made you president. You can't do this. We made you president. That's the problem in this country. Corruption.
Okay.
What does it take us to have fuel everywhere? Like I haven't buy fuel for 15 naira or 20 naira per liter, 25 naira per liter. Because of corruption. Liberalize the industry. Let them, and give them crude oil, give them raw material. We are exporting because we refuse to diversify. Only source of income is importation of exportation of crude oil. If we liberalize the natural resources, we have precious stones that can give us trillions of dollars. We have soil minerals, bitumen. We have plenty of them. Diversify the economy. Okay. Open up other areas.
If you are talking about the liberalization of the petroleum sector, some people argue that the likes of Dangote have floated a refinery. Some will also argue that that is nepotistic because he seems to be the only person being patronized. What do you think?
Do you have the raw material to refine?
He doesn't.
You see, liberalize means give free hand.
Give free hand.
People, they will buy the crude oil, they can supply the crude oil to refine. They will sell to us, at a cheaper rate, in exchange for the crude oil they buy. You realize you make the system. The crude oil is a natural gift God gave to us. Give it to them to refine. You monitor the process. They refine the crude oil. They give us we'll give you crude oil to refine. Give us 40% as petrol, as that price for the citizen. And you can export whatever.
Okay.
So if you open it up to have maybe 1,000, is there any wrong if you have 1,000 refineries in Nigeria? We have the crude oil, we have the raw material. But then you can see the high level. This government look at the highest level of oil thefts.
But there's a discovery in Bauchi State.
Yes.
And another one in
people are stealing the crude oil.
Yet we are discovering more oil wells.
And we're doing oil wells every day. This country is so blessed. Liberalize the industry. People are producing refining everywhere, and everything will be cheap because there are a lot of people who are refining. People will not sell at cheaper price and then export and all that.
No, BT, there's a story, Doctor. There's a story that is strange. It's quite interesting. We have a brand new governor in the Osun State, and he's been sworn in yesterday. But shortly, 48 hours before he's out of office, Oyetola, the then governor, the immediate past, swore in about 30 permanent secretaries. And Adeleke said he is going to reverse it, and he did reverse it today. It's quite interesting that he's on the spotlight of the media, cutting across all platforms, social media, TV, radio, and television. How healthy is that for our democracy?
It's unhealthy. You are leaving office, less than 48 hours. You appoint Good appointment. You know, are you trying to? Is it patronage?
I don't understand.
So you see, you can see the mindset of.
How many ministries are they going to?
You allow them to remain as directors, or are better. They retire as directors. You promote them, and now they are phased out. You see, you can see the high level of unpatriotism and high level of impunity in the process, and high level of undemocratic nature of our people. So I look at that as crazy and very, very undemocratic, very, very unpatriotic.
Yes.
We condemn that in totality, and what he has done is wrong, and it's very unfortunate. To have such leaders as our leaders. You can see the mindset of our leaders. You can see their myopic mindset.
Yes.
The little mind. Look at what
in other words, Doctor, what the Adeleke has done now is...
What Adeleke has done is the right thing.
Okay.
Get them off the because they can't do it. These are loyalist stools of the former, and they will mess up the government. The best of it is, well, you just prolong them, and they're just, so it's just you know, a mockery of our democracy.
Thank you, Doctor. Also trendy on the Daily Trust this morning, you know, you earlier mentioned the INEC officer was burned in Ebonyi State. And here it says INEC Ebonyi office raised 340 ballot boxes, orders destroyed. What do you have to say about this, Doctor?
Even cubicles have been destroyed there.
It is anti-people's action. You know, all this is the work hand of the politicians. We are aggrieved who lost ticket in the last election, who the governor have, peradventure, the governor is not supposed to get a ticket of their party. They are so angry, okay, if I don't get it, nobody will get it. These are the problem. This is anti-people, this is anti-government, this is anti-democratic. This is unfortunate. And these are probably sponsored by politicians at that level. Who are saying, okay, I didn't get the ticket to be a House Assembly member or House of Rep member. Okay, but I didn't get it, nobody will get it. Let me see how people, and these are the problem. So, and these are generated due to internal democracy, internal party democracy. There should be fairness, equity in the process of electing candidates of a political party. We have looked at that for many times. Political parties should allow fairness and equity. If you will go to contest for election, party election to win a ticket, and I lose my ticket fairly, I will accept it.
Yes, you accept your fate.
I will accept my fate. But some people, even when they lose fairly, they will not accept it. So the attitude of Nigerian politicians, I think the entire system needs overhauling. The entire political system needs overhauling.
Okay.
So, nice. A lot of PVCs were also burnt there.
I can produce more PVC because the PVC, they have the data. They have the data of people that can produce.
So you can even vote without the PVC. That's what ANEC said yesterday. I read a press.
You can vote there because ANEC will snap you.
Yes.
They can snap you with your hand or your face. That's the bit of people. Whether PVC, once you are captured, you want to tell them your name.
So you actually do not.
Once you know your polling unit, and you know your name. And what's your name? You try your name. Check your what's in the right polling unit.
Yes.
You know your name. That's what ANEC is putting in every ward, every polling. ANEC is putting, will place in the next on the 2nd or 3rd of December. They will place all the names of all the voter list. Yeah. Every polling unit to cross check your name.
Yes.
Okay. Your name is not there. The partner will not check it and will put your name. So once you know your name, know your polling unit. Once you go, whether PVC or not PVC, once you go there, the people will snap your face. You show your data. Or take a template, it show our data. It does not matter. That is the bit of papers. That's what we did.
I think INEC this time are doing incredibly well.
I thought that INEC will not fail this time.
I hope so.
I believe in the integrity of the electoral body. They will not fail. Professor Yakub Mahmoud is a patriotic Nigerian. He will not fail because he's a man that wants to do the right thing. He wants to write it on gold. If you have failed in the past, you will not fail this time.
But there is an outcry from the CUPP, Conference of United Political Parties, and by their spokesperson, Ikenga Ugochinyere, of efforts by other political parties to infiltrate INEC and ensure that there is compromise.
Yes, it's correct. You know, politicians will do everything to penetrate, but it's not going to be possible. The CUPP spokesperson, you know, is always on the spotlight.
Yes.
You know, I love the young man. He's very proactive.
Yes.
And what he do is to create awareness.
Yeah.
What is possible to happen. So INEC is also taking note of that. You know, politicians will want to penetrate, to do everything, to get what they want at all costs.
At all costs.
At all costs. So, but INEC, the electoral body, is also aware. I believe they are taking note of all this, and they will put a barricade.
You know, another source of concern for CUPP is the possibility of how, you know, foreigners, names of foreigners and their photograph, you know, emerge in INEC's portal, particularly the INEC's register. There are names of Italians and even their pictures, and even on the underage children from Sokoto, even from southeast.
Well, I think it's a claim until it is verified, because I'm not here. I won't say I'm a capacity, I'm an integrity. Anything I say, I must defend it. I don't know. That is the claim, but until it's verified, because I know that INEC at various levels. Because you know that most of these INEC staffs are also friends and brothers to politicians.
Oh yeah.
That do the capturing, and do that rush. That a lot of people take the capture machine to people's house. So it's possible that the process was manipulated. The PVC registration, the CBR process was manipulated. But INEC had a duty. That's why INEC is clean up the bush. That's why INEC is doing what we call clean up exercise. INEC is doing a clean up. I'm not working for INEC. I'm not speaking for them. I'm monitoring INEC.
From what you monitor?
I'm monitoring what they're doing. So INEC is doing a lot of clean up. And they said last time they cleaned over 2 million invalid voters. So they're doing a lot of clean up. Those of the age, those foreigners that are not in the database of the country.
They're doing well, actually.
So INEC is doing a lot of clean up. So at the end of the day, between now and the 1st of December, we'll have a clean voter register that they will place. And most of these issues will address.
Also, Mr. Mark, also trending on the Nigerian News Direct, we have fuel crisis still on fuel. I'm so much interested that black markets takes over major Nigerian cities as scarcity worsens. It's worrisome.
It's worrisome, and it's unfortunate. The government is handicapped because they have found themselves in the midst of this fuel subsidy, and they don't have the direct policy to handle it. So, Mr. President will look at it critically and see what to do, because the only solution to issue of petroleum situation in the country is to liberalize this sector. Okay. I said it before. Okay. And open it up, let there be a lot of refineries. Otherwise, we could not suffer the same first crisis. And this is directly affecting the common people. People at the grassroots are what hit with this, because everything, transportation, everything is on the petroleum. So the people at the grassroots are what's hit. So, and the crisis makes life more difficult, movement difficult, makes things difficult. Food price will go up, everything will go up. So government should quickly tackle this problem.
Okay. On that note, viewers, we are going to take a short break. When we return, we'll continue with our conversation on trending stories across Nigeria, because there's so much to talk about. But that will be after this short break, and Dr. Breakford Owubuya John, political analyst, will remain with us to the end. Please stay.
Your body bang, bang, your body bang, 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 your body bang, your body bang. And I give us when you take a selfie, when you take a pose, you the ginger the boy. Every time you bend the low, come on girl, when you take a selfie, when you take a pose, you the ginger the boy. Every time you bend it low.
Want to shoot a dope music video at 50% discount?
50% discount?
Yeah, 50% discount. Bougie Doubt Television Nigeria with world-class equipment and a badass expert crew.
Okay, face your camera now. Shh. Shh. Continue.
Where was I? Everything extra.
Carolina,
You're welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Daybreak Africa on Television Nigeria, broadcasting beyond boundaries. Our area of focus today is interrogating developmental agenda of candidates. But we are also taking a look at trending stories across the country and across the broad spectrum of Nigerian media. Well, there's this story, Doctor. Still with us in the studio is Dr. Breakforth. CJN, the Chief Justice of Nigeria, went to River State to commission a project where he did, made some remark supporting his own governor, Governor Makinde, and saying that it is good for him to be part of the G5. And we all know what the G5 stands for, led by Governor of River State, Wike. And that created a lot of uproar across the country, particularly from the opposition, People's Democratic Party, that with his position, he shouldn't have joined, he shouldn't have made that kind of remark, saying his own governor, applauding his membership of the G5 group. What do you think?
Well, it's a very unfortunate that at that level, a CJ would say that. You see, until our judiciary is completely separated from politics, we can't get this right. The judiciary system of government of this country are one of the major problems we have in the democratic process.
Yeah.
That the major problem we have. The role of judiciary in the democratic process is very unfortunate. How can a CJ say that? You are in politics, you are professional, you are a CJ, and you go to the state, do what you want to do, you go home. That shows that he's a PDP, or maybe he's loyal to his governor.
To his governor.
Then he will do the bidding of his governor.
Yes.
So until the judiciary is completely separated from politics, we can't get it right. And you can say a lot of candidates who won as candidates of their party for House of Rep, for senatorial, for House of State Assembly are not campaigning because they have cases in the judiciary, in the court. They don't know their fate, and this is less than about 2 months to election.
Yes.
And they're not campaigning.
They are not campaigning.
And these are people that are going to be the lawmakers, legislator at the lowest, at the assembly, state assembly, federal house assembly, and they're not campaigning because they don't know their fate. Judiciary is a major problem in the democratic process. And I want to appeal to the CJ and all the lawyers and the jurists, please allow our democracy to survive. Okay. The corruption judiciary is massive. It is destructive. It is unacceptable to our democratic process.
Okay, BT, we're talking about this National Assembly, still about on the CJN. Today he's about swearing in about 62 senior advocates of Nigeria. Some people argue that to become a senior advocate of Nigeria has been politicized. What do you think?
I think that's correct. It's before it is every lawyer look forward to be SAN. It's not going to Nigeria. Everybody look at the clamors of legal practice. But today it has been bastardized because people have to pay money and get the higher you pay money become a CN. I mean SAN. You pay money, so because of corruption. I said the corruption, and you see, the corruption in the judiciary is a major setback for the democratic process. And for what the CGN said in Port Harcourt, I hereby request for his resignation.
Okay.
He should resign.
Okay.
For being partisan. His own partisan is wrong. If it's a developed democracy, that very day they remove him from office.
Yes.
As a CGN, senior, as the chief
Chief
Justice of the Federation, and going to a state and say what the governor did to become a member of the G5 is a good decision.
It's like an
endorsement.
It's like an endorsement.
Yeah. So he has become politician. So the same decision is now bringing people to make people SN. First in history, because number of people want to be SN. So this is a problem of corruption. I asked President Buhari to ask for the resignation of the CGN with immediate effect.
Also trending this morning, Doctor, we have the Daily Sun, and there's this power show at the National Assembly.
Okay, the emergence of two clerks.
Yeah, the two clerks emerge
and
as
outgoing
one refuses to vacate office.
Refuses to vacate. Yes, that an outgoing clerk refuses to vacate. And I think the Sun, is this the Sun that...
it's the Sun, yes, the Daily Sun.
It's in the media. And the two clerks have also emerged. That is not good for our democracy.
I said it all. You see, this development is sad, it's unfortunate, it's undemocratic. You see, these are not good. Our nation has become ungoverned. Like we have no president, we have no rule of law. The nation are becoming... The politicians, I don't know what is happening to our country. I want to appeal for sanity.
Okay.
National Assembly, that the president should take proactive action to address that matter. It's very shameful, and it's not good for a democratic process.
Now, still talking about Rivers State. About 3 weeks ago, the governor of Rivers State did something, and it's still in the news because the opposition party in that state is talking about it, taking a swipe at it, at that decision. He appointed 100,000 PS to be his eye at the grassroots. Instead of about 22 local governments, he's appointing, 2 months to the election, where a new governor will emerge. He's appointing 100,000, supporting staff. He calls them PAs or SAs or whatever. And they give them the mandate to bring 3 each to replicate that same thing. And they are being paid with state funds. What do you make of that, politically speaking?
Well,
we're talking about development.
Well, I think it will tell that this is a way of reaching out to empowering the grassroots. That's what we will tell you.
Yes. That's what he said.
A way of empowering the grassroots.
Yes.
For me, what he did is also, I won't condemn that in totality.
Okay.
I'll be honest and candid with you.
Is it a strategy?
It's a strategy of winning election.
Okay.
Why did I appointed this 3 or 4 years ago? Why now to election?
Why now?
So you can see that these are political machineries.
Yes.
To win election. That's it. So he did that not because he loved the people, not because he wanted to develop the grassroots, just because he wanted to win election. To see that they have people everywhere, empower them, give them money, paying them, to be able to manipulate the process and all that. So you see, these are the people we have now, our leadership. Our leaders are not patriotic, what to say. Not patriotic.
So now, as we wind down this conversation, interrogating developmental agenda of our candidates, if you have to meet all aspirants one-on-one, locked up in an office, what will you be advising them? I know you will not let your strategy out because you may end up coming back to contest in the future, and then you are, as a consultant, you will not give them free consultation. But what will you be telling them in terms of marketing their products?
Well, you have said it all. you asked the question, you answered the question.
Yes.
the truth is that when we want to listen to them, want to be to them, we have created an avenue for them to come. We get a free platform. We brought the media, we brought the people from the grassroots. Many of them refuse to come. But we also give another opportunity to meet with them one-on-one, to ask them how they want to address this particular issue, this issue. And so we can be able to, exchange ideas. What we want is the good of our country. There's no personal interest.
Okay.
I'm not planning to be an Nigerian president tomorrow. Now, my interest and my group interest is to see how we can strengthen the democratic process, strengthen the democratic process, promote democracy, and the right people and offices, so that people will enjoy the dividend of democracy.
Okay.
People will be happy. When people are happy, the citizens, everybody cannot be president or governor. People are going to represent. What I do today is representative democracy. What I do today, you go and represent others. So we want to get the right people to represent the majority. So our interest is that we meet with them, we meet with them, discuss with them, and see that and understand ideas.
And on a lighter note, sir, Doctor, what do you have to do? Do you have anything to tell us about the integrity of their delegate? Because here, still on the Daily Sun, we have about the Governor Adeleke, that Governor Adeleke assumes office, pledges to correct injustices in Osun State. Do you have anything to say, to tell us, to tell our viewers about his integrity? How much can you say?
Well, Adeleke just emerged as a governor, just took office as a governor. We'll give it a chance. Okay. Let's give it a chance and see, because as a matter of fact, looking at him, his pedigree, his track record, he had a political will.
The dancing senator.
He's a dancing senator.
Yeah,
he had a political will.
He's so likable.
Yes, he had a political will. He had the passion. He had the patriotism to drive new Osun. So we'll give you the opportunity. Benefit of that, the next 100 days in office, let's look at his appointment, look at the policies and program that we're going to decide. We're not judging with the past. Let's look at the present.
Well, BT, I'm afraid this is the size of our package today on Daybreak Africa. We would like to say thank you to Dr. Breakford Onwubuya,
many thanks.
Political analyst. Yes, thank you very much. And viewers, we're going to call it a day, but I'll leave you with this quote from Plato. A great Greek philosopher who once said, if you do not take an interest in the affairs of your government, then you'll be doomed to be under the rule of fools. Take interest in the affairs of your government. Doctor, thank you for honoring our invitation on Daybreak Africa.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Doctor.
Beauty.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mark.
From me, Macaulay Hunashi, on behalf of everyone that has made this program a possibility, my name is Macaulay Hunashi, saying stay blessed and bye-bye.